New CIA document reveals Carl Jung accused the Air Force of withholding information on Ufos. When a number of UFOs violated Washington airspace in 1952, the entire country went on alert and the news spread nationwide. Shortly after the incident, President Harry Truman was forced to hold a press conference to address the event. After that conference, as well as the big UFO wave preceding the atomic bomb, the subject was engulfed in secrecy. Similar to the recent leaks revealing the extent of the NSA surveillance programs, the UFO subject went into the category of unacknowledged and waived special access programs. According to a 1997 U.S. Senate report, these programs are so sensitive that they are exempt from standard reporting requirements to the Congress. Former head of the CIA Roscoe Hillenkoetter put it best in 1960 when he told the nation that behind the scenes, high-ranking Air Force officers are soberly concerned about UFOs. But through official secrecy and ridicule, many citizens are led to believe the unknown flying objects are nonsense. Today, it's a different story. A number of governments and government agencies, as well as thousands of Freedom of Information Act (FOIA) requests, have all released previously classified files confirming the existence of UFOs. To complement these, hundreds, if not thousands, of high-ranking whistleblowers have also shared their stories. The topic is currently leaving the realm of the fringe and entering into the mainstream at a rapid pace. Just as there was evidence for UFOs, there is also evidence that some of them are indeed extraterrestrial in origin. This is all becoming normalized, and more people are starting to open their mind to the possibility, and evidence, that the government, and those who puppet it, is withholding information about intelligent extraterrestrial visitation to our planet. The document. The declassified document comes as part of the batch of thousands that were recently released by the CIA. These documents deal with a number of subjects, ranging from CIA parapsychology experiments to information about UFOs. One of the documents, written by Fred A. Kirsch, reads as a sanitized copy approved for release. In other words, it's been cleared of what they deem as information too sensitive for public access. It reads as follows. This is a reply to the letter criticizing Dr. Carl Jung for his belief in flying saucers and his charges that the Air Force has been covering up the truth about these objects. I would like to point out that Dr. Jung is not the first person of integrity and reputation who has made such charges. He is merely the latest. The document goes on to name other people as well, including Hillenkoetter. Exactly the same charge has been made by Admiral Delmer Farney, former director of the Naval Guided Missile Research Program, and by R.M. Hillenkoetter, former chief of the Central Intelligence Agency. If Jung were the only responsible person to make such charges, we could brush the whole thing off as nonsense. However, when a number of pilots, radar operators and other trained observers agree that UFOs are real, a serious reappraisal of the situation is in order. It's not anywhere near as significant as all of the other documentation and information that's out there pertaining to the UFO subject, but nevertheless stands as another great example of how the CIA has been keeping tabs on the phenomenon. This document clearly states, and further validates the many who have also argued, that Jung really believed in this phenomenon and supported the extraterrestrial hypothesis as a possible explanation for the existence of UFOs. He even wrote a book about the subject titled Flying Saucers, a modern myth of things seen in the sky, where he speculates about their nature, approaching the subject from a psychological rather than personal standpoint. According to The Guardian, Jung had studied UFOs for more than a decade and stated that he cannot even say whether they exist or not, and that he was risking his hard-won reputation for truthfulness, reliability and capacity for scientific judgment. He has also been quoted as saying, "In the course of years, I have gathered together a considerable mass of observations, included in which are reports by 2 eyewitnesses known to me personally. I have never seen anything. I have also read on the question. However, I can only say for certain, these things are not a mere rumor, something has been seen." He then goes on to discuss what the above CIA document mentions. What astonishes me the most is that the American Air Force, Despite all the information in its possession and its so-called fear of creating panic, seems to work systematically to do that very thing. Witness the Orson Welles radio play at New Jersey, since it has never yet published an authentic and certain account of the facts, only occasionally allowing information to be dragged out of it by journalists. I also found a link to these quotes from this Princeton blog post, link is under video. It's quite amazing to see just how many credible people have been speaking up about this topic after examining the evidence, for decades, and now we know that this long list includes Carl Jung,